Shalom, good evening. I had a request to speak about Arav Yitzchak Kaduri, Zichrono Livracha. He was the biggest Sephardic Mekubal, Skana Mekubalim, the oldest of all the Mekubalim in Judaism. Very famous personality. And before he passed away, I talk about 11 years ago, he left a letter. He left a letter in a closed envelope, and he asked to open it one year later. He left the letter in the month of Elul.
After he passes away.
Before he passed away.
But he has to open only after he passes.
Yes, he asked to open the letter only 1 year after his death. And in the letter, he wrote 6 words. And then he say, I came on to Bati al Khatum, I signed in the month of mercy. It means the month of Elul, the year of Tafshin Samech, what is the year of disengagement. It's about 1 month after was the disengagement from Gush Katif, from Gaza. So probably the fact that this place called Yehuda Samaria in Gaza, the fact that we lost the Ain, like Jesus.
Judea Samaria.
Yeah, like Jesus lost the letter Ain, maybe make him to get to this conclusion, to a certain conclusion about Jesus, and he leaves 6 words in a way that really not everybody can really understand what it means. He put it in a way that everybody will understand it the way he want. Alright, so to really understand what he wrote there, have to be some correction. Something has to be moved from his place. Have to be there a little correction to realize really what he said. So he wrote it in a special way that if you just read it literally the way he put it, you can think the words that he said have the acronym of Yehoshua. Not Yeshua, Yehoshua, what is a little bit different of the name of Jesus the way we know it, what is Yeshua. Okay, so it is written in the Bible 2 times Yehoshua in this way. Usually Yehoshua, we write it this way. So this is Yehoshua and his name. His name in the second coming, like we explained, is Yeshua. And he wrote Yehoshua. Now, everybody that know Arav Kaduri knows that he have a friend, a journalist, that his name was Yehoshua and used to write his name this way. And he's somebody that think himself Mashiach. So people here can think that, or maybe he meant about this guy, but it makes no sense. Alright, so people can think that if he meant about this guy, so probably something wrong with Arav Kaduri too, he was probably too old. And if he meant about Jesus, why to write it this way? Why the acronym will be this way and not Yeshua? Okay, so I say his word, I write his word. He say, ירים העם. We talk about Mashiach, and we talk about him. He will lift up the people, the nation. ירים העם ויוכיח, and he will prove שדבריי ותורתו עומדים. And we will prove that what I said, it's another question here, why we say דבריי, what I said. You should say what Mashiach said. If you talk about Mashiach, why he put himself here? Why what I say, the things that I said? And is Torah, it means the Torah of Mashiach, standing. Standing, it's something that is true. He is realize himself as the true. He don't something that let you down after a while. So, he talk about Mashiach, he will put the people up and will prove that what I said, it's a big question, why what I said, and his Torah standing up. Okay, so we have really to split this 6 words to 2.
Yarim is to raise.
To raise. He will raise the people and will prove that what I said and his Torah standing. Why what I said? Another question. Yarim equals Shlomo. So we're talking about somebody that we call the son of David. That is represent Shlomo, is like Shlomo. Now, let's forget about these 2 words and watch these 4 words. And
you have to say this is in Gematria is equal to
yeah,
Shlomo.
it's in Gematria, 375. All right, so now we know why he said these 2 words. Not for the acronym, to show you a hint about who will prove. Somebody, talk about somebody that will prove that his Torah is standing, is true. Okay? Somebody that have to prove to the world that what he said
to the
world, that what Jesus said or what Arav Kaduri said, like it is written here, and his Torah is standing. It means something that is true. It will be realized as true. Okay, so I think that here should be a vav. שדבריו, what he said. So from here I take the vav from here. I take the vav from here and I put it here. Now I have the acronym of Yeshua. Alright? And now the gematria of these 4 words, it will prove that what he said, Mashiach, and his Torah standing equal 4 times true. Equal 4 times true if I put the vav here too. And it's not here, but...
Emet.
Yeah, 4 times emet. 4 times...
Right here.
It means the average value of each word is emet. Emet equal 441. So the gematria here it will be 1761, right? I'm sorry, 64. 4 times emet, 4 times true. So now, this is a hiding message that he want us to see. for who can see it. Right? Not everybody can see, understand what hiding in Torah words. Always. There can be many interpretations about anything, but you have to be there to understand really exactly what it means.
It means.
What it means. Okay, so Yochiach, he will prove that what his word and his Torah standing up.
The first one, the acronym of the first two is Yud.
And besides this, he will put the people up. He will raise the nation. He will raise the people and equal Shlomo.
And after that you have Yeshua.
Now here we have the acronym of Yeshua.
Wow.
Here we have the acronym of Yudke.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's the name of
Yudke, it's mean have to do with the Chaya, with Mochin de Abba, with the Chaya of the Mashiach. Okay? So now it makes sense.